So this over here is the Insta Go 2, one of the world's smallest action cameras. It comes in this nifty little case over here, which you can use as a tripod and a bunch of other things. We'll get into what this thing can do and what the purpose of it is for. But when it was first announced, I was quite interested in it. So I ordered it from my friend to check it out. And I'm going to explain some of the things that I thought were really awesome about this thing and some things that just don't make sense for a camera like this. So as you know, GoPros are pretty small. So this over here is a GoPro. And this over here is the Insta Go 2. You can see it's like maybe a fifth of the size. It's really tiny. And so that gives this some amazing advantages over the GoPro. It is super duper light. So if you need something that's ultra light, then maybe something like this might be better than a GoPro. Also, the back of it is completely magnetic. So it allows you to like plug it into different accessories and things like that magnetically. It is a really well thought out and engineered device, but there's some drawbacks to it. So first of all, it can't shoot in 4K. It does up to 1440p, which is not bad. Like you get pretty decent image quality out of it. It's not as good as a GoPro, but it'll give you like 80-90% the quality of a GoPro. Considering its size, that's a pretty amazing accomplishment. But there's some really cool ways that you can use the Insta Go 2 to get some really creative shots. So today I went to the gym in the morning, and here's a little montage of my testing with the Insta Go 2, and I was able to get some really like interesting and creative shots in the gym, which is like the perfect place to use something like this because there's, you know, magnetic things all around you. So this is being recorded on the Insta Go 2 camera. Kind of magnetized to this pillar I have over here, which is a super cool feature that this camera has. We're going to be testing it out today. I'm heading to the gym right now. We're going to be doing a couple of different kinds of tests, including riding my cycle, trying out this like pendant thing that they have, so you can attach this camera right here. So let's see what this looks like. So today is Arms Day. Just want to check out the stabilization of this camera. So I'm going to do a full speed sprint with the magnetic thing. Let's see if it holds, as well as how the footage looks when it's done processing and all that. So alright guys, if you saw my last video, you know that my bike was stolen and I finally managed to get it back. I'll leave a link for the video up here. But we're going to check out whether we can mount this anywhere on the bike for a cool shot, and whether we can use a pendant on a bike and if it looks good. So let's check it out. Relatively dark basement area, and the reason I'm riding in here is because it's way too hot to ride outside in Dubai. But yeah, just want to check if this thing will actually attach to my bike and motorcycle. Yeah, that's on the tank of the bike right now. So I could attach it like right here. Don't trust the magnets on this to be on my bike though. With all the vibration and all that, it's probably gonna come off. Alright guys, workout's done. Heading home to review the footage, and you're already watching the review, so we'll see how it goes. The case on the Insta Go 2 is a pretty interesting accessory. First of all, it works just like AirPods. So this is a comparison of the Insta case compared to AirPods Pro. So it's very slightly bigger than the AirPods, but they do give you some cool features inside it. First of all, the battery life on this thing is pretty terrible. I was using it in the gym for about 20-30 minutes with maybe 5 minutes of footage, and the battery was almost depleted. The case will actually recharge the camera for you up to 3 times, so you'll get about an hour and a half of usage as long as you carry it in the case. Additionally, the case also acts as a remote and start recording and control the camera's functionality through the case itself. So the case has a USB-C at the bottom as well as a 1/4-inch thread, so you can plug this into any kind of tripod that you want. And you can also make this into a little tripod, like a strong gust of wind is going to blow this thing over. But you can use it for fun little things like that. So the second accessory they talk about a lot is this magnetic chain kind of thing. So you put it around your neck, you put it inside your t-shirt. This thing has some pretty strong magnets inside it. It stays on magnetically, it's pretty strong, but with a little bit of force it comes off. And then you put it inside your t-shirt and you can kind of like have a chest cam constantly on like this. The Go also has one control on it, so you can like push this button down and it's going to start recording for you. Now it takes a couple of seconds to boot up, like it's still not recording, and now you see it's flashing white. Now it started recording. So it's a little bit slow, like you can't really capture the moment. You're gonna have to wait 2 or 3 seconds for this thing to turn on, boot up, and then start recording. And you'll be able to see on the controller that like how many seconds you're recording for. 25 seconds now. And then I click it and it stops. So the controller is kind of always synced with the Go 2. A couple of annoying things with this control setup is like, first of all, it always asks you to connect. So I have to press this button, and now it's connecting and it's connected. So it takes a second, like it's not instant. I don't know why the controller is not always paired up, why it has to connect each time you open this case up. It doesn't kind of make sense. So anyway, like this thing is an interesting tool for filmmaking. Like you can do some first person stuff with it. Kind of doing the same thing with a GoPro would be really bulky and like it would show a lot, like people would be wondering what you're doing. This thing is a bit more low key, but this was not my favorite accessory. My favorite accessory is this thing. Insta calls it the pivot stand, okay? So the pivot stand is super cool because you can put your Go-to camera in there, and you can see it kind of closes into the lens and protects the lens that way. And then you can slide this bit off and you'll see there's some adhesive tape on this thing. And I mean, this thing sticks anywhere, and the camera is so light that you can get some amazing looking shots. So literally I'm just gonna like attach it over here and it'll stay. Like I was doing this in the gym and it worked flawlessly. And it's reusable as well. It's not like once you stick it, it's there for good. Like now I can pull it off, and if it starts to get dirty, you can wash it with water and reuse it. This is definitely the coolest thing. You can get some amazing angles out of this thing. I mean, it literally works on most surfaces, and it doesn't even require the full contact for it to work. Balancing it off one half of this thing, and it was really cool. So I think that's the coolest application of this thing, where you can get some amazing angles that you were not able to get before very quickly using this accessory. And the last accessory, which I don't think a lot of people are going to be using, is this cap clip. So it kind of goes onto your cap like this, push it in, and put your camera in there, and you wear your cap, and you're going to be able to use it as a camera while you're walking around. I mean, it's kind of cool, like you can start recording like that, and but I think a lot of people are going to be looking at you funny if you have. Maybe this will make a cool thumbnail. Now I don't see anybody really using this thing, but you know, it's an interesting extra option to have. Now, one major flaw I found with the design of this thing is how easy it is to accidentally start recording. So as you're handling it or picking it up, you're going to press it, and you're going to find that it's recording or it stopped recording when you didn't want it to, so that's a little bit annoying. So I wish it was a bit more obvious. I mean, there's a lot of haptic feedback that happens when you do click it or unclick it, so you do know, but still, like, the accidental presses are a problem. So I wish they had like a button on the top or on the or it was a clear like button that you press, because like as soon as you press anywhere on this device, it's going to start or stop recording. So that's a little bit annoying. Also, the sound quality of it isn't great. So as all action cameras have very poor sound quality, this one I think is a little bit worse than normal. So you guys saw the video quality of this thing. I mean, it's kind of waterproof. You'll get up to, I think it goes up to 4 meters in the water. I did use it in the pool on one of my previous vacations and it worked fine. The picture quality is decent. I mean, overall it's an interesting camera, but I don't think I can really recommend anybody to buy it unless you have a specific use for it. I think it would work great for if you have like a FPV drone or something like that, or you want to have some really cool, crazy angles with that sticky mount. I totally see that. But apart from that, I think you're better off going with a GoPro over this thing, because with all the accessories and stuff, you kind of end up carrying almost the same amount of size and weight around. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys thought. It was a fun little toy to use, but I'm not gonna buy one. Anyway, if you guys like this video, hit that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.